What if everything you thought you knew about ancient civilizations was wrong? What if long before electricity, bulldozers, or even the wheel, there were people building monuments with such precision and scale that we still can't explain them today? Across the globe, colossal stones were moved without machines, perfect spheres were carved without metal tools, and temples were raised before the first crop was ever planted. These aren't myths or legends. These are real places, real artifacts, and real enigmas that continue to defy science and logic. In this video, we'll take you on a journey into 6 of the most fascinating archaeological mysteries ever discovered, each one more unbelievable than the last. Because buried beneath the soil and hidden in plain sight are ancient clues that suggest humanity's past is far more mysterious and far more advanced than we ever imagined. So prepare yourself for lost technologies, forbidden tombs, and ancient wonders that refuse to reveal their secrets. These are the mysteries that still leave scientists speechless and history books incomplete. Deep in the lush rainforests of southern Costa Rica, scattered across ancient lands once occupied by the Diqui culture, lie hundreds of almost perfectly round stone spheres. Some are small enough to be held in your hand, while others weigh more than 15 tons and stretch over 6 feet in diameter. Carved from solid granodiorite, these spheres are so geometrically precise that modern engineers still marvel at their symmetry. But here's the catch. No one knows why they were made, who made them, or how the creators achieved such precision without metal tools or machinery. The spheres were buried for centuries beneath layers of jungle growth and mud, only to be discovered by banana plantation workers in the 1930s. Were they markers of celestial alignment, representations of tribal power, or merely decorative elements for ancient plazas? Even more perplexing, many of the spheres were found in carefully arranged lines, triangles, and spirals, suggesting an intentional purpose lost to time. Since the Diqui left no written language, no carvings, and no oral tradition that survives today, these mysterious stones have become silent relics of a vanished world. Some believe the spheres were used to represent planets or constellations, turning Costa Rica into an ancient astronomical observatory. Others speculate that the stones were moved using a lost technique, possibly with the aid of water, sound frequencies, or even forgotten levitation methods. Whatever the truth may be, the stone spheres of Costa Rica continue to guard their secret purpose, challenging our understanding of what pre-Columbian civilizations were capable of achieving. Beneath a grassy hill near Xi'an in central China lies one of the most astonishing and forbidden archaeological sites on Earth, the tomb of China's first emperor, Qin Shi Huang. While his famed terracotta army has become a global icon, guarding the approach to the burial complex, the emperor's main tomb chamber remains sealed, untouched for over 2,000 years. Ancient texts describe the interior of the tomb as a miniature empire, complete with palaces, towers, and flowing rivers made of liquid mercury. According to historical records, the ceiling of the tomb mimics the night sky, adorned with constellations and shooting stars made from precious gems. And yet, despite its legendary grandeur, no one has dared to open the tomb, not because we lack the technology, but because of what might be waiting inside. Modern scans of the burial mound confirm abnormally high levels of mercury in the soil, lending terrifying credibility to ancient stories of lethal traps and toxic rivers. Some archaeologists believe the tomb is rigged with ancient booby traps, mechanical crossbows, collapsing chambers, or poison gas chambers still intact after 2 millennia. The Chinese government has imposed strict preservation policies, refusing excavation out of concern for irreparable damage or the unleashing of dangerous substances. This decision leaves the world in a state of suspense, knowing a potentially revolutionary discovery lies just beneath the surface, yet unable to access it. What forgotten technologies, lost knowledge, or forbidden rituals might be hidden within the emperor's final resting place? Until the tomb is opened, Qin Shi Huang's eternal palace remains the world's most hauntingly inaccessible archaeological treasure. High above the ancient Incan capital of Cusco, perched on a mountain ridge in the Andes, stands the fortress of Sacsayhuamán, an architectural marvel that continues to defy modern explanation. The walls of this fortress are composed of massive stone blocks, some weighing over 120 tons, shaped with mind-boggling precision and fitted together without a single drop of mortar. These colossal stones interlock so perfectly that not even a thin blade of grass can slide between them. The Inca, who had no written language, no wheels, and no iron tools, managed to carve and transport these stones across miles of rugged terrain. Somehow they were able to lift, maneuver, and place these behemoths with surgical accuracy on a steep mountainside. The stones were not cut into simple rectangles, but rather multi-angled polygons, each side carved to match the neighboring stone exactly, as though the rocks were molded like clay. Even more astonishing is that these walls have withstood centuries of earthquakes, while modern buildings in the area have collapsed. Engineers and archaeologists remain baffled as to how such a feat of construction was achieved in the 15th century, or perhaps even earlier. Was it an inherited technology from a civilization that existed before the Inca, lost to time and swallowed by the Andes? Or could this be evidence of knowledge so advanced it bordered on the miraculous? The fortress remains, standing strong against time and nature, whispering secrets in stone that no one can yet decode. Stretching across the desolate plains of southern Peru are massive geoglyphs etched into the desert floor, enigmatic artworks so large they can only be fully appreciated from the sky. These are the Nazca Lines, geometric patterns, animal figures, and human-like forms carved into the earth between 500 BCE and 500 CE, covering nearly 200 square miles. From the ground they appear as shallow trenches, no more than a few inches deep, yet from above they reveal hummingbirds, monkeys, spiders, and even a peculiar astronaut-like figure. What makes the Nazca Lines so mysterious is not just their scale and artistry, but the fact that the Nazca people had no known means of flight. How could an ancient culture design figures hundreds of feet wide with such precision unless they had a way to see from above? One theory suggests they were ritual pathways meant to be walked in sacred ceremonies to honor the gods. Another posits that the lines served as astronomical calendars, aligning with solstices, planetary events, or rainfall cycles in the arid desert. More fringe theories have proposed alien intervention or hot air balloon reconnaissance, ideas often dismissed, yet never fully disproven. Despite decades of study, no single theory has satisfied the puzzle of their purpose, origin, or method of creation. Even today, new geoglyphs are still being discovered, hidden beneath the sand, waiting to add more layers to this ancient enigma. The Nazca Lines remain one of humanity's greatest desert secrets, etched not just into the earth, but into the collective wonder of our species. In the dry hills of southeastern Turkey lies a site that shattered everything we thought we knew about the origins of civilization, Göbekli Tepe. Dated to around 9600 BCE, this prehistoric temple complex predates Stonehenge by 6,000 years and was built before the advent of agriculture, cities, or even pottery. Massive T-shaped stone pillars, some weighing up to 20 tons, are arranged in circles and decorated with intricate carvings of animals, symbols, and abstract shapes. The carvings are not crude scratches, but expertly rendered images of lions, scorpions, snakes, and birds, an artistic complexity that has stunned archaeologists. Even more astonishing is the fact that hunter-gatherers, supposedly living in small bands with limited technology, somehow mobilized enough labor, to build a monument of such scale and sophistication? Göbekli Tepe suggests that organized religion, or at least ritual gathering, may have sparked the rise of civilization, not the other way around. This flips the traditional model of human development, which held that agriculture led to settlement, which led to religion and temples. Instead, Göbekli Tepe implies that spiritual belief may have driven people to organize, collaborate, and eventually domesticate plants and animals. No one knows exactly what rituals were performed at this site, or why it was eventually buried deliberately, as if its builders wanted it hidden from the future. Some believe it was a place of initiation, others a cosmic observatory, or a shrine to forgotten deities of a vanished world. Whatever its purpose, Göbekli Tepe forces us to rewrite the timeline of human history and to reconsider what our ancient ancestors were truly capable of achieving. Towering above the golden sands of Giza, the Great Pyramid stands as the last surviving wonder of the ancient world, a structure so monumental in scale and so perfect in proportion that it continues to astonish engineers, mathematicians, and scholars alike. Built more than 4,500 years ago during the reign of Pharaoh Khufu, this pyramid contains over 2.3 million limestone blocks, some weighing as much as 80 tons. And yet, these stones were somehow transported from distant quarries, lifted hundreds of feet, and placed with millimetric precision, without the use of iron tools, cranes, or modern construction equipment. The internal layout of the pyramid features narrow shafts, mysterious voids, and chambers aligned to celestial bodies, including the Orion constellation and the star Sirius. Its base is almost perfectly level, differing by less than an inch, and its sides align almost flawlessly with the cardinal directions. How did a civilization that lacked the wheel manage to pull off a feat of such astronomical complexity? Some scholars argue for years of slave labor, ramps, and brute strength, but no surviving records or blueprints explain how the pyramid's construction was actually achieved. Others believe the pyramid was more than a tomb. It may have functioned as a cosmic clock, a geodetic marker, or even an energy machine, though such claims remain controversial. Despite centuries of study, no burial remains have ever been conclusively found inside the Great Pyramid, adding to the uncertainty about its original function. Its construction remains an enduring riddle, one that refuses to be solved, no matter how advanced our technology becomes. The Egyptian pyramids stand not just as monuments to kings, but as monuments to mystery, precision, and the unknown potential of ancient minds. From the rainforests of Costa Rica to the deserts of Egypt, these archaeological mysteries connect us to a deeper, stranger past, one filled with brilliance, power, and unanswered questions. Each stone, each line, each buried chamber is a whisper from antiquity, daring us to listen more closely and think more boldly. These ancient marvels aren't just about what we can see, they're about what we still don't understand. And perhaps that's the greatest mystery of all. Stay curious and keep seeking, because history isn't finished, it's just waiting to be uncovered.